what,
Breakout room.
three people now. We don't have to do the breakout rooms. We'll just all stay together. But if, you know, if we get like 10 people, then the breakout rooms will work better at the end for us, John.
Okay, yeah, that works perfectly with me. So whatever ends up happening with people coming and going, just let me know. But I will go ahead and just turn it over to all of you, since I have started the recording, and so here we are with connecting, get involved with myAMATYC with Evan Evans, Karen Gaines, and Julie Phelps. So welcome to everyone who is here and just signed in as well.
All right. Well, we are excited about sharing this with you. My name is Karen Gaines. I am the online community coordinator for AMATYC. This is a new position, and basically it means I'm in charge of the myAMATYC website. My partners in crime are Julie Phelps and Evan Evans. Julie is the Standards Committee Chair, and Evan is the Digital Coordinator, and they have graciously agreed to be my right and left hand in all things that have to do with myAMATYC. So we're each gonna take a section of the website and explain it to you, and then have you participate a little bit. I want you to look at the logo here. You see in blue, myAMATYC, that is the name of the entire site. Within this site, we have a large section that's called Impact Live. Evan's going to be walking you through that, and that is the section that's tied to our impact document that just came out the last, 2 years ago? I've lost track now. We are also going to be looking at what are called communities, and for AMATYC, what that means is committees, and ANETs are something called a community on this platform. So Julie is going to be walking you through that. And then the kind of third component of the entire website is just all of the resources. We're going to go through the different types that you have access to. And we're hoping that you will join in and help to enhance this website. So I'm gonna, and bear with we're gonna be sharing screens and back and forth, so we'll try to make this go through this as smoothly as possible, but can't make any guarantees. We're gonna keep this, everything's kind of color coded. The main site is always blue. Anytime you see blue, you know you're gonna be on the main site. Excuse me. And what I'm going to do in a moment, I'm going to actually go to the site. I'm going to walk you through the home part of the navigation, the participate, and the browse. Julie's going to go through the communities, and Evan's going to go through the Impact Live part of that. So I'm just going to, we got a hot link here. You're going to see, once it loads, there we go. Hopefully everybody is seeing my page, the landing page of myAMATYC. I'm logged in as myself. Now I'm a super user, so there's some things over here on the side that are gears and such. You won't see that. This is just because I have control, but the main page is what everyone will see. Now I need to explain what it takes to be involved with this website. To be able to post anything, you have to be logged in through amatyc.org, not myamatyc.org, but our amatyc.org website. So if you are already a paying member, regular AMATYC member, you'll be able to sign in, and what'll happen is up here in the very upper right hand corner where you see my little picture right now will be a blue sign in button. You click on that, it'll take you to AMATYC, you sign in with your AMATYC login, and it should bring you back to this page. Sometimes you'll have to click on a link on the page that says myamatyc.org. So if you're a regular member, you'll be able to do everything you see me do today. If you are not, you have to sign up as a friend of AMATYC. So again, you would go to the AMATYC page and register. This is a non-paying membership for right now. Things may change in the future, but for right now, anybody that wants to sign up can, and you're basically giving your email address, etc. We have to do this because we have people posting. We have to know who's posting. We can't just have someone popping in and putting something up there and we don't know who did it. So we have to have people registered. We've had several people try to get on the site and they are having trouble, and it's because there's something in AMATYC called non-member. And that's when, without going into a big long dissertation, that's when if you maybe were a member in the past and your membership lapsed, they don't erase you from the database, you become a different category. If you're in that category, you won't be able to do the things I'm going to show you today. So you will either have to, and we hope you do, go in and rejoin AMATYC if that's the only problem, or you can use that friend of AMATYC choice. All right. So once you are, it's called authenticated, once you're truly signed in, you'll be able to do what I'm about to show you. So I want to first just show you real quickly on home. You can always come back to this landing page for myAMATYC. Because Impact Live is a major part of this website, we wanted to have another way to get back to it, but you can also just click on it here in the nav bar. So we have a lot of different ways to get to the same places, trying to make this as user-friendly as possible. And if for some reason you want to go to the amatyc.org site, you can click on this link. So we wanted to have a quick way for you to do that. This is, pretty straightforward, I think. But what I want to go through now are the browse. So I'm first going to click on discussion board. And it's being slow today for some reason. It's spinning. There we go. And you can see every discussion post. I know this is kind of nauseating to watch someone else scroll through this, but hopefully this is going to be packed with thousands of discussion posts. But if I want to just look for a certain topic, I'm clicking up here in the search bar for assessment and searching. And you can see that it's going to cut my list down. And you can see over here on the right, it tells me it really is a discussion post or a discussion thread. And if I want to look at any of those, I just simply click on them. Now over on the left is just like every website I know everybody has been on before. If you go to Amazon and you want to just look at the electronics section, and then you just want to look at DVDs or something, you have all these things on the left where you can drill down. So if I only want to see, certain criteria, I can click on as many of these things as I want. There's another tag, and I can drill it down. So again, if this list is really long, I can get down to maybe what I really wanted, I'm most interested in. And then when you click on, these are all hot links, it's going to take me to that discussion thread. I can add a comment. I can read through everybody else's comments and add a comment, and we hope you do. There's also a button up here, and I'm trying to, I wish I had a highlighter on my mouse here, but in the upper right, you can recommend. If this is something fabulous and you want everybody else to know it's fabulous, click recommend, because I'm going to show you, I'm going to go back to my discussion posts again. Can't believe how slow this is today. One of the things you can sort on is most replies over here. And I thought there was, I thought we could sort by most recommended, but I guess that's just in the libraries. But you can see, let me get my clicker out of the way. You can see when you click on one, how many people have recommended, so that it's really worth your while. Hey, and actually here's one that has 10 replies on it, so it probably has a recommend. So that's the discussion post, and please join in. With library entries, so this truly is, I want you to think of what a library is. Old style, where there are actual physical books or videos to watch, or things that you can check out. This is what the library on this site is. We are hoping to have hundreds of thousands of entries in here. Right now, we probably have about, I don't know, maybe 200, and probably 100 of them are me trying to get this built up. So we're hoping to get you guys involved soon. You can see the latest thing I just posted. This is sorting right on most recent. Excuse me. I posted a book of corny math jokes. So you can click on these, and the search works the same. I'm actually going to do a search on NASA because I posted a lot of the work that we did, AMATYC and NASA did. And once again, it's going to show you a shorter list of library entries. You can always see who posted it. And you see these are all I'm tired of looking at my face. Everyone else is going to be too, I think. But again, you can drill down, but you notice that for author, there aren't any choices other than me because no one else has posted anything about that's tied to NASA. Now, these search engines are great. It's not just the title of an entry or the title of a discussion post when we're doing that. If that word is in the content, it will find it. So it's a very powerful search.
And while we're going through this, remember she said that we wanted you to get involved. So at the end, we would very much like you to think about between now and when we are done today, if there's anything that you would upload, because we'd like to get your, we'd like to add you to this. We want you to upload something. Like today I decided that I want to upload my document about Desmos. And then I also found a scanning app article that I want to upload. So sometime today, I'm going to put both of those up, and that will be done during our time in this session. And we want you to do the same.
And John just told me about, I can do this now. So I'll be able to highlight some things for you. I don't know, I may get in trouble by doing this and mess something up, but I will do that in the future. Yeah, so now I got to erase that.
Yes.
Annotate. There's my eraser. Oh.
And you can erase everything.
There we go. Okay. All right. So library entries. All right. So now, sorry. Okay. So now we have looked at discussion posts and library entries. I'm going to go to the directory in just a moment, but before I do that, I'm going to click on my face up here, as if we haven't seen it enough already. Yours will appear up here if you've loaded a picture. And I'm going to go to my profile because this is something else we would like you to do in the near future. Because I'm looking at my own, I'll see a few more things than if we look at other people, which we're about to do, but I do want you to update your profile. You can give a brief biography, whatever you want. You can list your education, where you've worked, where you are working, etc. This is intended to be a social networking. This is like LinkedIn, just for AMATYC people. So when you can find different things in common, it's helpful if we know more about each other. With connections, I'm going to click on contacts. I'm going to have a lot of contacts. And it gives you some recommendations too, that people you might want to, and I will connect with those people. But this is for you to form your own network of people that you want to have more close contact with. So you can add people, you can invite people to be your contact. Again, just like a LinkedIn kind of thing. Julie's going to talk about communities. When you click on yourself, you will be able to see what communities you belong to. I belong to them all because I should, since I'm in charge here. But then with my contributions, right now, most of this is going to be empty for people. But if you click on summary, this is just kind of interesting. It will show you your contributions. So like I said, I've been posting a lot because I'm trying to get the site built up. But you can see how many library entries. I've posted 60 library entries. Most of it's other people's things, the NASA files and some other NSF projects I've been involved with. But you can see how much you've contributed. you won't be able to see that on any other person. This only shows up for yourself. But then for your account, this is where you can change things like your email preferences. Julie's going to show you what we're talking about with that email situation. If you want to change your discussion signature to have different content, you can, this is kind of your settings. And then inbox, when people communicate, oh no, this is appropriate. This is an error that we keep. Oh, please don't happen. Okay. If that error happens, I wish I had a fix for you. Just stick with the site and hopefully it'll go away. This has to do with handshaking between this site and myAMATYC. But anyway, with my inbox, you can message people through this directly. So you can see if someone's trying to communicate with you. All right, so that's your own profile up here. But what I want to do is to show you other people's profiles. Oh no. Julie and Evan, I think I'm going to cry.
Don't cry. It is important to show that you have the ability to stick with it.
Yep, I'm going to.
Fortitude.
And Julie Gunkelman keeps hearing my name and thinking it's her, and she's like, oh my gosh, it's not me.
This is, okay, I'm just gonna try something else. Okay, that's working. There, okay. So you saw what just happened to me. It says there's an error. It wasn't letting me do what I did, so I tried other things and it kind of freed that up. So I wish, this has been the biggest struggle with this site is issues like this. So, all right. So now I did browse and I'm looking for someone. I want to know, who's on this site. I want to know if my best friend is logged in. And this find contacts right now, this is only going to be people that I have already contacted. So if I just really want to look at all people, I want to go to the advanced search and I'm going to type in my former office mate who is retired and I know is not on this site. Her name is Lillian Cease, and it's saying, she's not on here. That means she's no longer a member of myAMATYC, and so she's not automatically on here. But now I am going to look up another person. So I'm just typing their first name and it pops up. And so now I can click on that person. And you notice this profile is empty. Julie's going to talk about this in a little bit. So this person has not really entered anything, but I could click on add them as a contact if I want to link in with them. I'm going to go back. You notice on this page, there's a send message and add to contact. So this is what I was talking about with the messages, that you can message people within this site that are your contacts. We just want to give them a quick note. And so when you click on yourself, you'll see up here, I have one unread. That's telling me someone sent me a message I need to look at. I'm obviously not going to do that right now in front of you, but, so you'll have those warnings for you. So with the directory, again, you want to look at, I'm going to go back, browse, directory. You want to go to that advanced search if you're trying to look at all possibilities. If you know it's a contact, you just can't remember how to get to their, you just want to get to their page to send them a message, then you can use this first tab. You won't have this last one. This is because I'm the admin. Julie, did we want to do John's, or are you going to do John's?
I think that you should, because
Okay.
The reason I say that is because my Elvina is my Southeast Vice President of myAMATYC, and your Vice President, I told her in advance, please don't change anything on your site because we want to use it as an example. So
okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use John as a guinea pig here because I know he's done some great work with his profile. So here's your VP. You can see he has loaded a lot of information. We could see who his contacts are, what communities he's joined. his contributions, these are going to be blank right now. The achievements is blank right now, but you can see he has added a lot of content. I know I'm scrolling, and again, I hate when people scroll for me, so I'll try to limit that. But so you can see he's done a great job of getting his profile pretty up to date. And I might find something, you know, in common here that I want to reach out to him about. Oh, I know somebody else that went to Oakland University, etc. So, okay. Excuse me. The last thing with browse are blogs. Now, we don't have very many blogs because these really are like what you think of on the internet, a blog, which is a, you know, I don't want to say a dissertation, but someone's thoughts about something more detailed than just a quick discussion question or something. So we don't have as many of these. I'm going to scroll. Most of these, we've got 2 pages of them, but this is going to act just like the library and the discussion posts, in that you can do a search on a keyword that you're just trying to drill down to. I forgot to mention on both the library and discussion, you can create a new whatever you're searching in. So not only did I look here for a blog, but if I want to create one, I could create a blog here. If I go back to, not directory, if I go back to library entries, even in that search, there's a green button here that I could create a new library entry. And in discussion posts, okay, I see somebody else's discussion post and it makes me think of something I want to ask outside of that discussion, I can post a new message. Now, when you do each of these, and I'm just going to click on post a new message, you will have the choice of where it goes. And Julie's going to show you this from a community perspective. You can only post to areas to which you belong. So if you don't belong to the data science subcommittee, you can't post a discussion post there. It won't, if you click on this, it will ask you to join the committee before you can post. So you'll still see this, but you won't be able to do it until you join the group. Now I belong to all of them, so I could post anywhere I want. And that'll happen with the library, and we're gonna go through this at the end, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quickly. We are going to be focusing on, you'll notice this all access public library. This is what everyone can see. So when you're in browse, not only can you browse, but you can post. But if you know all you're wanting to do is post, that's participating. So you can start a discussion, you can share a file, put something in the library. So we've kind of looked at those 2 a little bit. What also is involved with participate, we put our frequently asked questions. So if you're trying to participate and something happens, you don't know how to do something, we've tried to cover some of the most common questions. Excuse me. They're hot links, but then of course they're all down here in order. If something's not answered here for you, this contact us, I'm up at the top of the screen here, goes directly to me. I get an email from you that says, hey, I can't do this, and I will try to respond to you quickly. And if it's something we think needs to be added to this page, we will. If it's a common question, we'll add it and keep building this. Hopefully it gets you enough to be as involved as you want right now. The last thing is events, and I'm actually going to go back to the home page for a moment. On the landing page, if I scroll down, which I didn't before, you can see the latest upcoming events, the latest library of entries, the latest announcements, and the latest discussions from all over this site, no matter where they were posted. It will put the most recent ones up here. And if you notice, I'm just going to show you, I know there's a lot of information, but we're giving you kind of this big overview. If you look on the recently shared files, you can see that my jokes were in the all access public library. But this second one that John posted is in the international mathematics community, which again, Julie's going to talk to you about communities in a moment. So only people in that community will be able to see this. If I click on it right now, I'll be able to see it because I belong, but anybody else, it will give them a view only. So if they want to do more, anytime you want to do more, you're going to have to join that community. And that's as simple as clicking join. It's not like it costs you $10 or something. And again, Julie will be kind of walking you through that. So this landing page has everything. And I was about to show you participate by events. AMATYC automatically sends over any webinars and events that are coming through AMATYC. And so if you click on any of these, there will be a way to register and there will be more information. I'm just going to click on this one. So hopefully this is actually showing all of the AMATYC now. So if I click on that, I can get more details like what the heck is that about. So you could then add it to your register and add it to your calendar and attend this webinar. So that's what the events are. Okay, I'm on the AMATYC page now. I've got to do a back button here. Okay, so now I'm back on myAMATYC. I think, one more thing. I'm going to go back to Browse and Library Entries. And I'm going to go ahead and click on my corny math jokes one. Whenever you get to a library entry, you'll see this tags and keywords. When I showed you the search, where you could drill down what was on the left side of a screen, well, tags help out with that. These are hashtags, just like you use everywhere else on the internet. So if I thought, well, this corny math jokes needs to have more, maybe I want to add a tag called funny. I could do that. I can add my own to it, but we have some canned ones that you can choose from. So you would just scroll through and go, yeah, that has to do with research. Or I put it as did I put this as an icebreaker? I'm going to put it as an icebreaker because, jokes are a way of breaking the ice in a classroom. So, so not only do we want you to up here recommend if somebody likes something, but if you think that a tag needs to be added, add a tag. If you want to comment on anything, make sure you comment on it. So Julie, are you ready? If you unmute.
You have to stop sharing so I can.
I will. I am.
Okay. So you're getting to see everything. So give me 1 second to make that bigger. There we go. Stand by. It's still not what I need it to be yet. Oh, stand by. Okay. So, wow. All right. So we're going to take a tour, and I want to point out the color change. If you look at if you look at what we had here, the site is broken up into pieces, and they are the same pieces that Karen and Evan and I are talking about. And the first one is the overall myamatic.org. And so the color theme on that is this blue. The yellow means that we're in the communities, and the communities are the committees and the ANETs. And then we do have like moving from face-to-face to online as another community. There are communities that are built in there that represent the committees and the ANETs, and that's where I'm going to focus on for this conversation, but we'll talk a little bit more about communities in general. And I'm going to basically go through what Karen went through, but from a community perspective. And I realize that we're throwing a lot of information at you, but we want you to be able to play in this and find things to help improve the message that we're sharing. So in order for you to be able to play, we've got to give you some information to go off of so that you can play. And I'm just going to go through and walk you through the communities. Look, too much. Let me go out there. So I went straight to the community page, and this is, you'll see that what's highlighted on this screen right now, this is the same page Karen was talking about earlier. At the top, when you come in, there's the myAMATYC, the Impact Live, and how you get to AMATYC. Then Evan's going to go into way more detail on Impact Live in a minute, and I'm taking you into communities. And right now I'm in all communities. And you'll notice that I am not a member. I am signed in as somebody else. I am not a member of any of these communities. I am a member of AMATYC, but I have not joined any community except for the ones that I'm automatically a member of, like Impact Live. So because I'm a AMATYC member, I'm automatically a member of Impact Live when I come in. As you continue to scroll down, you'll see that I am also automatically a member of moving face-to-face classes to online for the same reason that you are a member automatically of Impact Live. So I am going to join a committee and walk you through that process to show you what it looks like. But before I do that, I want to say that I do want to join the equity committee, but before I do, if I'm not a member of it, this is all I see. I have to move you all out of the way so I can see it. I literally see nothing on the screen except for the announcement saying equity happens to be the spotlight of the month, as in like this month for Impact Live. That ends tomorrow. But this is all I see currently. And you'll see again where you guys are located. This is literally what the site looks like. And by the way, I will say that once I'm in a community, see how the navigation bar turns to yellow? That means you're in the community site and not on the main blue site, which was it was a black bar actually when you go to the other ones. But I'm going to go to communities. I'm going to go to all communities again because I'm not a member. I have to actually join that. So I'm going to go down to equity and I am going to join that committee. And this is what Karen referred to earlier about email settings. So I have to put my email address in, and I think I'm EQ. This is the equity committee one. EQcom@amatyc.org. And this is who that is. So you'll notice that I need to say how I want to receive my messages. So I know that I'm a person that I do better if I get all the messages the next day. So I don't think this real time one email for each message that's posted to that site is the perfect one for me. I'd probably do the daily digest. And I don't think plain text is good for me either, because that's literally just like a TXT file. All the pretty things that make the HTML formatting make it look nice are gone, and I pretty much would prefer the daily digest. But because this is not a real person, this is just the equity committee representative for AMATYC so that we can see what it looks like. I'm going to opt out of receiving emails, but I would highly recommend that if you do this and you want to be involved, you probably would not want to select that one. If you want to stay involved in conversations, you're probably going to pick Daily Digest, or I don't know, real time would probably drive me crazy because all those emails would pop in and I'd be like, whoa, but that's just me. So I'm going to do that. And now I'm going to, once I join, I can navigate to the community and you'll see it's a very different thing now. It still looks the same at the top, but do you see there are now discussions that I can actually read? If there were events posted, I would be able to see that. I have seen that there are files that have been shared in that community, and you'll see that there is a recent blog post that was also shared in that community. So that is definitely one of the things I wanted to say. Once you're inside the community, whatever is posted in that community stays in that community. So I am going to go and do the same things that Karen went through inside the community, and I'm going to jump into discussion, right? I'm going to browse, and I'm going to browse first the discussion posts. And when she searched this, she searched under assessment. So inside this community, I'm wondering if anything inside the equity community was about assessment. So let's see what pops up. Under assessment, inside the equity community, you'll see that 4 things did pop up that were posted for equity to be able to see specifically. So it was posted inside that community. And it might not have it in the title, but equity was something that was listed somewhere in the discussion. And so that's how that tag got on it. And that is exactly how you can search. You can search the discussion, the library entry, the file. You can search any which way. We were searching discussion, so you literally can see if I limited it to just discussion, this was the only discussion with inside equity that had the information we were talking about. So I also can do the same thing that we talk about, that Karen talked about. if it's inside that room, I could definitely reply. I can recommend. Same exact thing Karen discussed on the other page. Then I can go to browse and I can look at library. And in library, do you remember when Karen searched NASA? When she searched NASA, she had a whole bunch of things pop up because she said it was like 100 things or something, a lot of things that she posted in NASA. When under the equity community though, it's not posted in there. It's posted on the other site, not on the yellow bar. It's posted in the all access library. So it depends on where you're posting on who can see it. So if you are just trying to post something in equity and making sure it's specific to equity, that would be great. So let's say, so I just want to make sure that you can see what we see there. And again, at this point, you should still be thinking about uploading a file and where you want it to go. If it's something that needs to be in a community according to your thoughts, or if it needs to be on the all access library. I also want to go to the directory. And as I mentioned, I talked to my vice president and I asked her to not populate her information until after I met today, because I do want her to be a member of my community. So I know right now, like if I were to type in Alvina, remember when Karen did the search, she was able to see her. Hold on. But when I look, I'm doing the advanced search, by the way. I'm sorry, I almost forgot that. Let me try that again, Alvina. And when I do the advanced search, I click on find members and it says no contacts found because she is not a member of the equity community. And I do believe that she will join it after today, but we needed to have an example of somebody who had not set up much on the site. So that is why my VP volunteered graciously. Well, I asked her. So I want to make sure I was clear about that. And then I can still send her a message, but I have to go out to the main site if I want to do that, which is where Karen was originally. I keep looking at my notes to make sure I tell you everything I'm supposed to. All right, under participate. Remember when Karen said you should be able to post a message? So let's say I want to share a file or post a message. When I go to share a file, notice that I have a choice, like I can call it whatever, and it literally comes up with equity community first. The only thing I'm a member of is equity and Impact Live and the moving to face-to-face. But notice that one's not listed here. But if I want to post to say data science, do you see that it makes me join that community? It takes me into community notification. If I want to post in that, I have to be a member and it takes me to join it just like I did originally when I joined equity. I am not going to join this because this is the equity community person. So, but I can select my library and I can also go to all access right there. I do not have to post just in my community. If I'm in the community, I can go ahead and post in all access if I want to. Because I believe more people should see this thing that I want to post about equity. So I'm putting in the all access library. So I wanted to share that. And then there is one more thing that I wanted to show you. If I went to, if I go into help or frequently asked questions, that takes us back to, do you see that the toolbar changed colors? It changed back to black. That's because we are no longer on the community pages. So if you look here, you can see that it has all those answers. It's the same thing Karen talked about. In order to go back to the communities, I just click the community dropdown. And instead of doing all, I can just do my, now that I know I'm a member of a community, and then I can just go right back into equity and do whatever it is I wanted to do in there. So that is a tour from the community side of what you can do. And we wanted to make sure that you saw that. And at this point, I am going to stop sharing and pass it over to Evan Evans. And no, that is not a typo.
And I am going to share my screen.
I got it.
Okay, Evan was having some internet problems, so we're planning contingency, so we'll let him go ahead.
I got my kids. I told my kids to get off the internet. Got a bunch of household kids. Everybody's surfing on the internet. All right. So welcome, 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 welcome. Hopefully you can see my screen with a tour of Impact Live. So we should be in good shape. A couple things. I'm here to talk to you about Impact Live. So first, before we get going, let's go ahead and move around a little bit. Stand up if you need to. Wave the hands. I've been sitting down. I don't know about you, but my chair's a little comfortable, but I need to get out of it occasionally. So, all right. So get that blood going. All right, so Impact Live. So what we're here to talk about essentially is another aspect of our website, more specifically the Impact Live. So in the Impact Live, you're going to have the live community, you're going to have Impact Document, and Impact Plus, Impact in Action, and obviously Impactful Thoughts. And I know a lot of us know what these, but a lot of this is new to us. So I want to kind of give a little description of each. So first and foremost, the community, as you know, as soon as you join myAMATYC.org, you're automatically a member of Impact Live. So you get those access right away. But again, like Julie and both Karen were saying, in order to participate in any discussion or posting, you have to be logged in order to do that. So I want to first talk about the Impactful Thoughts. So our Impactful Thoughts is essentially our monthly blog, and essentially we spotlight a topic each month in this blog that carries through the month. It's going to be the point of discussion for that month. And it changes monthly, like Julie was saying. Right now we're in equity, and we're going to be transitioning into changing the status quo is going to be next month's topic. But that's the Impactful Thoughts. Impact in Action is probably the next step that you're going to be discussing. That's where we have discussions and posts that are all tied to that spotlight of the month. Again, this month is dealing with equity, and there'll be multiple opportunities to post on different topics during that month. Normally about 2 to 3 postings that you can go through in terms of getting discussions and getting conversation going. Then we have Impact Plus. Impact Plus essentially is articles and research that extend the impact document itself. It is also related to the spotlight topic that we have for that month, but essentially, if you're familiar with our impact document, which is our standards document that evolved from Crossroads and beyond Crossroads, we also recognize writing that impact document that it needs to be a living document and it's constantly evolving. So with research changing and research adding to the information out there, we want to have a portal where we can not only post current research on topics, but also extend the concept of the impact document itself. And then obviously we have the document itself that you have access to. So what I want to do now is I want to kind of walk you through that procedure. So if we get to our website, it's going to take us to, I'm currently in the Impact Live community. I'm already signed in. If you haven't signed in, if you don't sign in, obviously there's always that blue join or a sign in button up at the top that you need to do before you can start participating. But again, you've seen this page before, and this is our community site. But what I want to walk you through, there's a bunch of hot links on here. Besides the drop-down menu that we've been showing you with the Impact Live, here you have all those possibilities to get to. You can also reach them through these we call them flags, these hot links flags. So you can either obviously click on the link below, but you can also click on the actual picture itself and participate. And you can see down here it gives you instructions on how to navigate Impact Live. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to start here on Impactful Thoughts, which is our monthly blog. Then you can navigate to Impact in Action and then finish up with Impact Plus. Also below, obviously, we have discussion posts and recent posting within the community itself. But let's go ahead and go through a process of what we're talking about. So let's first talk about or navigate to Impactful Thoughts. So when I click here, the current spotlight is on equity. And again, if you ever forget, there's always on all these pages, there's the description of what that page is intended to do. So essentially it says like you said, spotlight the topic which highlights the features of the impact document. So the equity committee has posted these things. What they have, these are just the snippets of the article themselves. To get more, obviously you can click on read more, and if you click on that, then it takes you to the full article. And we obviously encourage you guys to read those articles. And what we actually not only read them, but also contribute to them. Like Karen was walking you through, if you see a tag that might be useful to identify this document in the future, please, please, please go ahead and add your tag. Add a tag that you think is appropriate, so it'll be easier to find other people to find in the future. Because remember, after this month, it gets archived. It doesn't go away, but it gets archived. But if somebody needs to find that article, it's a lot easier to find it if we tag it with keywords for the future use. So please participate in that tagging. If you want to add a comment, obviously on that article, you would have to be logged in, signed in, but you would click add here, and then you would simply, just like the Karen was walking us through, you would post your comment and then save it. We are a self-monitoring community. So essentially, obviously, we're always asking you guys to post things that are appropriate, but if need be, if we need to take it, or something needs to be flagged, you can flag it, and then they'll go to the administrator and they can take a look at it and see if it's appropriate or not to go through. The other thing,
I'm going to interrupt
yeah,
a second. With the self-moderation on library, discussion post, anything, once someone flags it as inappropriate, it is immediately taken down. I get notified, and or it may be a community admin will get notified. We'll review it and say, oh, I don't see a problem with this, and put it back up, or yes, it is inappropriate. We can then block people from future posts if it's really bad, or if it's a what?
If it's inappropriate or not.
Yeah, I mean, if it's somebody that shouldn't be on our site anyway, we can block them. So once you flag something, it'll disappear, but it'll come back up if we say it's okay.
So besides comments, the other thing we want to also is the related entries and links is always good. So if you're reading this article and you say, hey, I just read something that spoke about it as well, please go ahead and include the link in here so other people can, the whole idea is so we can expand the knowledge and continue the discussion and collaborate with other people. So if you have outside resources or even documents yourself, like Karen's going to walk you through how you can upload a document that can be related as well. But include tags, feel free to comment, but also please include related entries that you know of so we can build this community even better. So the next, after we go through the first step, we started impactful thoughts. The next thing you can see down on impactful thoughts at the bottom, at the first, the monthly article down here, it says, hey, what do I go to next? And it kind of has the direction. So if you forget the order, you can just pan on down and you can see the next step we're going to be going to is impact in action. So this will be the next step you go for. And it says there's directions on every page and what suggestions of what order you should go in towards participating in the community fully. So impact in action, like we discussed, this is a discussion posts that are tied to that topic, spotlighted topic. Again, if you're a non-member, not even non-members can participate by joining through if they find it interesting, so you can recommend it to your friends who are not members yet. Obviously, we'd love for them to eventually not only become members of the community, but also join AMATYC in the long run. But here's an example of one of the equity posts. You can see this is equity discussion number 3. So, and before that is that discussion number 1 and discussion number 2. So what happens is each in a month, to give you an idea, this discussion post, when the blog goes up for impactful thoughts, that's up for the whole month. Then it's followed by the impact in action. There's going to be a discussion followed by a second discussion and then a third discussion. Normally averaging about once a week, once to every 8 days is when they'll be going up. So that gives you time, and you can always go back. You can always go back to an earlier discussion 1 or 2, and participate. They're not going to go away. Again, the next month, a new spotlight, but these will all be archived. And again, that's why it's very important for keywords to you take the keywords so we can continue discussion. So just like before, if you wanted to participate in discussion, even this was an early one, you can either click on the article itself here, which are expanded, or you can go straight and do the hot link down below as well. Either way, it will take you to that discussion. And now in this particular case, it takes you back to the first discussion number 1, and you can see some people have already participated in it. But by all means, you can add your thoughts to it and continue the discussion going forward. So the goal is for interaction and community bonding and going through and collaboration is our biggest key that we're trying to attain here. So if we go back to impact and action, again, this is the second phase, second step. Now you come down as you pan down and say, hey, where do I go to next? The directions, hey, now you can go to thoughts. So this is thoughts is a call to action or essentially a research base. So when we go to the impactful thoughts.
Nope, Evan,
Yes,
wrong
go
one.
ahead.
Plus.
Oh, did I plus? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I clicked the wrong button. See, it's supposed to be idiot proof, but it's not quite idiot proof. I can still make it. I can still make a mistake. So, yes. So I'm sorry. The next step is impactful plus, and see if I would have read here said following your conversation thoughts, you go to plus. But again, I'm not the smartest man in the book, so it's all right. So we go to plus, and in plus you'll see essentially this is where the research on that topic is discussed. And posted up here. So again, just like the other ones, this is an extension of the actual impact document. It's supposed to collaborate, has based on research. Just like all the other ones, you can participate and collaborate and respond to these read the articles and respond in detail or post your discussion as well on that. So again, the extension of the document, as you go through the bottom, so you can always circle back if you need to go through. But there's the plans. The Impact Plus, like I said, is an extension of the document. If you ever need to see the document, there's multiple ways to get but one way you can do this is just go to Impact Document itself. And for instance, if you're ever planning to apply for professional development or some other research base, if you want trying to write an article or have some support about student success, and you're proposing whether you're proposing a new structure, whether it be remote structure or something new teaching instruction, you can go to student success here, chapter 6, read that and cite that, and that gives you a little bit more bang for your buck for when you're going to apply or try to implement new plans. So again, because of example with this pandemic, we have a new realm coming through. That's why we're using Impact Plus to help extend that learning. Essentially, it's an extension of this document itself, but it's always evolving and always growing. Because when we're writing the impact document, nobody foresaw this situation that we're currently in. So that's why we have this website, and that's why this is a living document, so we can continue not only the research, but also continue to be a force in the standards and implementation of mathematics standards. So for the most part, that's the impact document itself. And like I said, you can always get back to the community through the hot links and down there. But at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take us back to the PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to stop sharing as soon as it drops down. There we go. And I take it back over to, I believe it's Karen is going to take over the website.
Yep. So lots of information, and we know, we could have spent a whole day going through this more calmly and slowly, but I hope you're getting a general sense. So you have the myAMATYC, the big picture. Within that, you've got the communities that Julie walked through. You have Impact Live, which is trying to perpetuate our standards document and keep it alive. It's got monthly new content, and actually then weekly new content. We want people to keep coming back to this site. It's not just, oh, okay, I looked at this and 2 months later, maybe I'll come back. We're hoping people are engaged and coming back frequently. Now, this is only as good as we make it. And like I said, you saw how many posts I have. I had access to a lot of content, and so I have posted a lot of library files, but we hope that you will get engaged and start discussions. I was in a workshop and I needed some information about online teaching. So I went to the Moving to the Face-to-Face community and started a post there asking for some resources. I had a student who wants to get his master's in statistics. So I went to the statistics committee and started a discussion and said, hey, what would you recommend when a student's looking for a master's degree program? So please get engaged. And one of the easiest ways, I think, is with a library post, because I believe everybody here has something that they should share with others. And so I am going to go to the web, hopefully, if it doesn't lock me out. And I am going to try to share a file. Yay, okay. what we would like to do is I'm going to walk you through it, and this is not to insult anybody's intelligence that you couldn't follow the bouncing ball, but just to make sure we're kind of all on the same page. I'm going to actually do a post, and then we have at the end of this, we're going to do some polls with you. We want to get some information and feedback from you, but what we would like to do is give you about 10 minutes to stay in the Zoom meeting here, but then go to the site, see if you can get logged in. If you can't, that's I'll discuss that in a minute. But if you're really a member of AMATYC, you shouldn't have any trouble. Get signed in, and we would like you to share a file. With the time, if you do that really quickly, then I would encourage you to kind of look around the site now that we've kind of given you the overview, and see if you might have some questions. So for right now, I went to participate, share a file, and I am actually going to share something called brain puzzles. And you guys are going to have to watch me type really badly. Now, this is the most important thing here, selecting the library. When you are posting something, if you truly believe this is only something you think people in the equity committee need to see, like maybe it's meeting minutes from the equity committee or something, then post it to that community. But in general, I think most of what people are going to contribute, we want everyone to see, not because you belong to a specific part of this site. Everybody that logs in, we want them to see this content. And that's called the All Access Public Library. Tried to be as descriptive as possible. So that's what I'm going to choose. And it's helpful if you give some description. This doesn't have to be 6 pages long, but I can't type and talk, so I'm going to type for a minute. Can't type. It's always fun having to type in front of people. Okay, so this is my collection of brain teasers that I've collected over the years. If I did some posts on behalf of other people, so I might say, I got this idea from so-and-so. You can type whatever you want. If you want to link to something for some reason, you can see this link button here. You can create hot links in here. If I wanted to put a picture in here for some reason, I could. Maybe I will. I'll put some cute icon in there later, but so try to be as descriptive as possible so people can see, okay, what is this file? Because your name may not be as descriptive as you think. Then you have to say, what is it you're going to upload? Now, I would say 99.9% of the time, it's going to be a standard file upload. If it's strictly a hyperlink to something you have posted elsewhere, you can do that. If it is a webinar that you're linking to, the recording of a webinar, or specifically if it's on YouTube, you can use those. But I would say, again, 99.9%, we're just going to be uploading files. So I click that and I go to next. Now I'm going to upload more than one file, and you guys get to see this is my laptop, so I don't have as much junk on it, but I actually have 3 files, and I think I put them on my desktop. So I have intermediate puzzles, and I'm going to put this by date modified. The other ones are missing right now. The other one was called college algebra. Oh, there we go. Okay, so control. Oh, I want to do shift. So I'm going to select 3 of them, and you can do it one at a time, but you saw that I can do 3 at once, and then I'm just going to click upload. Now that was pretty quick, because those were just doc files. And then I'm just going to click, you can click next, but it's the same as finish. Well, no, it's not. You can do a little bit more editing here, but I don't really need to. So I'm just going to do finish. Now I can see it is actually up there now. So if you guys search on brain puzzles, this will come up. I'm going to go ahead and add a tag. So I believe this is critical thinking. Okay, because these are brain puzzles. I'm also going to choose that icebreaker one because I think these are kind of fun for getting started in class. So I'm just going to add those for right now. And I'm not going to comment on my own thing. So now this is a library file. So if I go back, I'm just going to go back out to the main site. And if I do a search for brain puzzles, I know that's my title, but I could have clicked something else. You can see that that actually came up as the #1 entry right now. Okay, and you can click on it and see it. So pretty straightforward. Like I said, I don't want to insult people's intelligence that you couldn't have figured this out on your own, but sometimes it's just nice for someone to walk through it. So what we would like right now, and this will be kind of dead air unless you have, as you have questions, please unmute yourself and ask Julie and Evan and I. We're just going to kind of hang on here. What we would like you to do, excuse me, is go to the my.amatic.org and see if you can sign in. And if you are successful, then we would like you to try to share a file. So go to participate and share a file. And then if we still have other people working, if you want to start kind of looking around the site, feel free to do that. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so we can see people again. There's only a few of you on here. I guess 4 non-presenters. So if you would like to try this for us, and like I said, we will hang on here and answer questions as you go. And you can, if you need to share your screen, if you're having problems, that would be great. Go ahead and do a share screen and ask us your questions.
Hi, Karen. This is Rama.
Hi.
I was in one of your project access group long time
Yes.
ago, 100 years ago.
Evan's in project access too.
Hi, Evan. Hi, Julie. You have come to Henry Ford College and presented at some point as a ATD college. So we are still using some of your rubric for portfolio assessment. Thank you for that. And I haven't been coming to AMATYC for last few years for personal reasons, things I have to take care of. But I have been in the member in the past. I tried to log in and access it, but it doesn't let me join any site yet. But I have to use my previous password and log in. I was able to do that. And probably in the next week or so, I will be able to join the AMATYC, not at this right moment.
Yeah, and so you can do that on your own. If you want to be able to get, I don't know how much trouble this will cause, but if you want to get on soon, you could contact. I'm going to put her address in the chat here. Beverly Vance in the office. Any problems people have with logins, because this is all the AMATYC database that this is tied to. So she could change you temporarily to a friend of AMATYC until you're really good to go with joining. So you could play until then, and then she can help you
move back to the membership once I pay.
I think when you're a friend, I think what might show up when you go to AMATYC is an upgrade button that then would upgrade you to a real member. So
thank you. I have another question. Is this year's AMATYC going to be online or in person?
That's something we can't answer.
Ooh, that's a secret.
I was going to say John would know better than the rest of us, but I don't know.
Yeah, I can tell you from my connections about that. There will be a formal announcement. There's a lot of behind the scenes things that have to happen first from all, you can't imagine what all's going on behind the scenes. But once that's all straightened out, then you'll probably be hearing from Kate Kozak and Turi as our president and Turi as our um, conference coordinator person, what's going on. But they, to just give tidbits along the way wasn't going to be helpful. Everything
I
has to
understand.
has to be decided. So
Yeah, but I do like these online things so we can still continue to do our duties in our colleges and continue to attend these webinars and learn from that. Even if we hold in person, I think we should have a component where people can join online like we do now. That will bring more participation and more people to come because it cuts down so much on the cost for people who couldn't make it.
yeah.
Thank you.
So I have a question because I wasn't I didn't miss too much, but I missed something along the way because my smoke detectors were beeping, which is why I had muted myself for so long. But I didn't want you to hear the beeping in the background. But I, for some reason, can't get the tags to stick to my my post. So am
Do you want to do a share screen and let's see what's going
So
on?
okay, let me see, because I can try to, because I may have been just doing it incorrectly, but
That's okay.
here, okay, so so I created this entry, and then I realized none of them stuck because under tags and keywords I didn't see anything. So
just go down.
Yep.
So click on the entry. If you just click on it and you go all the way down to the bottom,
oh, so I don't
you
add
don't
them
have to
when
go. Yeah, you don't have to do it there. I went ahead and did it afterwards. I did the tags at the very end.
Okay.
So just click on the entry at the, now you can just literally put them in right there.
No,
Oh, because I thought that
Higher.
there wasn't the ad was for the comments, I thought, but not
Yeah,
for the,
it's not letting him add tags.
Go to your actual, go up and click on the actual, no, you did. I
Yeah,
don't know
he
why
did.
it's
That's
not
what
letting you.
yeah.
Huh.
that's why I thought something didn't seem quite right to me. I
Yeah.
thought maybe I did it wrong, but
Okay, so do me a favor and go to mine. I just did type in search for brain puzzles.
okay. Brain puzzles.
It would let me add them to yours. I can add them to yours, John. I don't
Well,
know
we're
why.
super admins might be
That's
there.
why.
So click on my entry. And scroll down. Yeah, okay. See, this is the kind of thing, we are learning day by day different aspects of this site. And we have recently generated these personas, we call them, and that's what Julie was using. So we can see what it's like to be, I'm gonna put air quotes, a normal person or someone that belongs to a community. And this is one of the things we hadn't seen before, that a quote normal person can't add tags.
So here, I will show you what happens though. Like if I go down and I put
Type hashtag, yeah.
but some of them show up, but then like let's say I put that one, and then let's say I go like maybe sequences, then
Create your own, yeah.
and it will say it's user created, but then when I had deleted them because I thought that they was happening, and then it wasn't showing up under the tags and keywords.
Oh, no, look up. No, right there they are.
So it doesn't, but then, so they shouldn't show up under here. Like maybe I was, that's why when I clicked on then it took me to this page where the tag was not located. So that's why I thought they weren't sticking to my post.
So
they aren't sticking because Karen's you can see, mine you can see.
And yeah, it's because it was entered up there as a hashtag. And see, Laura Watkins is a super admin. So, okay. So this is one of the reasons we're doing this.
Well, I mean, I just thought maybe I was doing it wrong. So that's why I didn't put any of my other posts, because I thought maybe I just, I didn't know what was going on. But in either case, I saw this article like in my email like earlier today, and I thought this was interesting enough to share. So I feel like that's the good thing from my viewpoint about this site is like an upload could just be a link that you think is interesting, and if you say a few things about the link, then that's an upload, like a file. I think sometimes when I hear upload a file, I don't think of just, it could be a category of I don't remember all the options, but I know hyperlink is one of them, and I sort of like that it's easier to share a link sometimes than other things. All right, well, I thought I was going crazy. I thought that was me, so.
Join the crowd with dealing with the new website. We've been going crazy. Okay, so this, I'm trying to find what you just did, because I just changed a setting, and we'll see if it did anything. So 10 minutes ago, using sequences. Let me click on that. Okay, so go ahead and look at your entry again.
The OCC magic.
Yeah, I pressed refresh first just to make sure. Let's see.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen because I'm just going to put John sequence. Okay, and you see there they are. So now they are appearing down here truly as tags. So it was just a setting. I waved my magic wand, something I didn't know what the setting meant, but now I do.
Well, now you do is right. I love it.
So thank you.
All right. I am uploading one more file. This is my third one since we started. So I'm almost done.
So Elizabeth, I see you're still on. I know you in the chat. I'm going to stop sharing. I saw you were going to be sharing some copies. Are you being successful?
Well, actually, I was going to do it just in a little while.
Oh, okay.
I'm not real technologically savvy, and I just need to kind of experiment and like to do the Zoom and then to play around on the website at the same time. And my college is planning to be face-to-face on starting August 24th. So, and we've been sort of up in the air. And so I haven't really had that pressure to really figure all this out just yet. Well, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Hey, where you at, Elizabeth? What college you're at?
I'm at Adrian College, kind of like in southeastern Michigan.
Okay.
So our president says we're going to start face-to-face. But I know that this is not necessarily going to be the case the whole semester. A lot of us expect that we're going to have to send the students home after a few weeks. So
in the spring semester, did you guys send students home in the middle of the semester as well?
yeah, we did. It was sometime around maybe the 14th, 15th of March that we shut down. And yeah, then I was kind of not having much experience teaching online. I took an asynchronous approach. And I was just making instructional videos in a couple different ways and posting them. And we have Blackboard at Adrian, so I would kind of post announcements several times a week and be instructing students as to, reminding them where the videos were, where I had posted documents for them to review and stuff. So it sort of worked, but I realized that if this fall I plan to be doing an even more professional type job if need be. So But
Well, and also feel free to share those videos and documents you create, because that's the purpose of this website, because we're all going to be in the same boat. And
right,
I'm looking
right,
for those resources, you know, for my college
right.
algebra or pre-calc class, whatever.
Yeah,
Let's share.
yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
awesome.
That's why I kind of joined. I wanted to join this session. Just wanted to become familiar with the resources that are out there, because it seems as though maybe we might be at least partially online for perhaps the whole upcoming academic year. I
Mhm.
mean, everybody's talking about this fall, but what's to say that we may not have flattened the curve by January? I don't know.
Well,
So,
and there's actually, I know for certain Chandler Gilbert out in Arizona, they've already committed to online all this academic year. So fall and spring already is 100% online.
right,
So
I've heard of a
it's
couple of
interesting.
schools like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but
So oh, go ahead.
my institution is so driven by athletics that, you know, I would say close to 80% of our students play at least one sport seriously. And so we were kind of concerned, my administration was concerned about going online. We weren't quite sure how that would impact enrollment. So although now I'm seeing the MIAA has canceled their fall sports. So we'll see what happens.
So we have about 10 minutes left, and we're going to do these polls, but there's only 3 of you. Julie, can you, since people hopefully will be watching this presentation recorded, can we keep those polls open?
I can do my best. It means that I'll have to get on every couple days to, and it's each individual one needs to be activated unless I pair them together and come up with a different link. To answer your question.
Could we get the results today, and then you just reactivate all 4 of them, and the links are now in the chat, so people
Yeah, but it will be a new link. The problem is that
I understand.
in order for us to do it asynchronously, I have to pair them together, and I leave it open. I can leave it open for, I think, 24 hours. It just means I'll have to keep reactivating it. To answer your question, but it will be a completely different link. So all 4 questions are in the same.
So John, if she does this after this session, could she email you the link and you send it to all of your members?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so hopefully people will be able to respond within 24 hours.
Well, I mean, I can just keep reopening it. I can do it for an entire week. Like every day when I get up, I can open it. I can open it again.
But a different link or?
No, it'll be the same link.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I have to pair these all together because I had this done synchronously. So I have to pair it asynchronously in order for people to answer at any time. So right now it's set up just that we're all answering
us here right now. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So those of you that are on, Julie's going to walk you through.
So I am in the first, I'm sharing my screen. Give me a second. Woo. All right. So in the chat, the first question has already been put in there. And I got to move you guys out of the way so I can see everything. This is, I activated it already, and you are going to type in by clicking on that link. You're going to, what is your takeaway from this presentation about myamatic.org? You can escape out of full screen, and it should take you into that poll that's in the chat. And just leave it, and then you can watch the results as they come in and see that your votes made it. You could type full sentences.
And I'm doing one, so.
Okay. I am too, because I learned something new today.
Awesome.
I should have put, about the tags.
That's right. I learned about the annotate from John Oates.
Annotate?
Yep.
Annotate is really cool because the arrow you can put in, and if you are the presenter, you have a highlighter in your annotate.
Yeah, it's funny because I use Blackboard Collaborate with remote. I don't, I do Zoom meetings, but I haven't taught on Zoom yet. So that's a good reference to know.
Mm-hmm. All right, we are getting some responses. I am the only one not responding because I've got the poll. So that's the first question, and I wanted to make sure you felt comfortable. Those answers, I believe, are going to stay so other people can see them when they're doing the poll.
And I'm going to interject with the first comment there about resources available to teach online. If you go to that moving face-to-face community, AMATYC set that up just as a forum because we set it up earlier this spring, just as a forum specifically for trying to figure out how to do things online. So you'll find a lot of good discussion and posts there. And if you have questions like, I can't figure out how to do, I use Blackboard and I'm trying to set up a test that I don't want them to, cheat on or whatever. Type that question and people are responding. That's a very interactive site. So I recommend you checking that out. Okay, now I'll turn back to Julie, sorry.
Cool. All right, so that was the first question. The second question is equally, it's sorry. It says, what aspect, do I have it turned on? I do. What aspect of myamatic.org would you like more information about? Okay, if I don't know the keyword in advance.
Do we have to click on the second link poll too, or it's the same?
Yes,
Yeah.
second link. And because I had it, so we were doing them synchronously.
Okay.
Because the last two have instructions. Okay.
And I did the how to search a folder because we didn't talk about that. In the library, we haven't done a whole lot with this, but in the communities, they'll be able to set up folders. So like in the equity committee or community, if they wanted to have all their meeting minute notes together and their position statements together, it's a nicer way to organize all that library content. So that's something that will be coming later. And that search, I will say that search engine is very powerful. Like I said, you don't have to know the tag or the title. If you just type a word, it'll find, everything that has that word in it. So it's not just those key features that it's searching on. So
we've got those. And then this next one takes a little bit more explaining. Whoa.
our results are in there.
Yeah, I can clear the responses. Don't respond yet. Let me clear them. Okay. So, well, people already voted again. So rank these sites in the order you think, in the order you think you will use them. And how you do that is it tells you at the top, you're supposed to click on it and then you use the up and down arrows to move them about. And then you do have to hit submit at the bottom when you have them in the order you want them in. So you have to click on it and then use the up and down arrows to move them.
Yeah, your tendency is to want to drag, click, hold, and drag. You don't click and hold, just click once and then use the arrows to move the positions. So
luckily it gives directions on the site, but you have to read them. That's what I've found.
None of us did.
That's right. Literally, Karen goes, I can't do this. And I said, it says that we have to click, then use the up and down arrow. She's like, oh.
It's like, it's not working right. Oh no, user error. So
We are just like our students.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know, exactly. All right. So hopefully when we give this link out to everybody, John, they'll read the part that says how to move the things about. We'll see. All right, how are we doing? Everybody have a chance to do this one? Because, it is kind of tricky. So you had to hit submit on this one, which is, yeah.
Oh, there's a change there. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, you're still in that one. I have it still activated, so you should still be able to, do that one as long as you clicked on that link. All right. We have one more. Are you ready for the last one? The last
Yes.
one changes color on purpose. Evan, did you vote already? Is that why this is
No,
in there?
John said he did.
Oh, okay. So we've got this one. You don't have to hit submit. You are looking at these, and I need you to understand that we do have spotlights of the month for Impact Live. See how it's a green screen? We know we're talking about Impact Live. We want to make sure we're engaging our members in conversation, and we are trying to get people to vote about what they wanted more information on. And you can see that we have some that are spotlights of the month already, which is, we still want you to vote for that if you believe it would be a really good conversation. So please go through, pick 5 that you want to see more of. And you do not have to hit submit. You just have your 5 that you select. Love hearing all the clicking.
Yeah, we have a schedule set up basically through January, February. But again, like Julie said, we want to highlight, it's called Spotlight, so I should use that word. Spotlight what people are most interested in at that time. You know, we knew equity was going to be a very hot topic because of our society and what has happened in the last month or 2 or 3. So we were pleased that we were able to devote this month of July to equity. Next month we're highlighting changing the status quo, because boy, you know, with everything has changed in our whole world, and our nice little safe niche we've had has changed. So we've tried to schedule ahead, because we have to plan ahead with some topics we hope people will be really engaged with. But we do want to know what interests most people.
Yeah, and we're trying to attach a webinar to each one as well.
Yes,
So we're trying to
yes.
use the myAMATYC webinars and attach a webinar to each one. And we're sending that out to other organizations such as MAA and NOS and the Carnegie Foundation and the Dana Center to advertise for these as well, so that we have, we're engaging people outside our immediate myAMATYC network and trying to draw them into our conversation and engage with us. Did I add that right? And it is,
Yes.
so it is 129. And I will work on grouping these together and getting the link to John and leaving the answers that are already in there. I don't know if everybody will be able to see the answers. I think I have to program it to do that, and I'm not sure if I have it that way or not, so we'll see what I can do. But thank you very, very much. And I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so I can see everybody again.
Rob, it's so great to see
There's
you.
everyone.
Good to see you guys. Thank you.
See you
The
too.
recording